Hi, everybody. This is Kubernetes Workgroup Device Management Meeting for February 3rd, 2026. I'll share this agenda. Okay, so a couple of things on the agenda. Obviously, the most important right now is that it is KEP freeze coming up next week. This week we have PRR deadline, which means that if you're writing a KEP, have your PRR section filled out to give the PRR team time before the freeze to review that section of the KEP. It doesn't need to have been reviewed or approved before the deadline, PRR deadline, just filled out. It needs to be reviewed and approved before the KEP freeze next week. Dominic just shared the SIG scheduling review dashboard. So in this group, I would say 2/3 of our KEPs are owned by SIG scheduling, and they have a very busy cycle this cycle. So we're hoping to get through everything we want, but it may be challenging for both KEP freeze and code freeze, just so people are aware. I wanted to ask, is there anything needing review that hasn't been looked at or has an urgent need? I'm looking at the board and I think we're in pretty good shape. I think there's some I need to take a look at binding conditions and some other things, but I think in general we're in pretty good shape. Any comments? Or am I talking to myself?
I will have a comment. So if I understand correctly, list types for attributes, there is no cap, right?
So I know that there was discussion of working out this cycle, but I haven't seen anything yet happen. Do we have? I don't see. Yeah, so I suspect that one's not going to be. I haven't seen any movement on that yet either.
Okay, other than that, we have device binding conditions, like you mentioned, native resource requests, like we will try to consider that definitely.
So, yeah, so Praveen is here. So I think after talking to you yesterday, Praveen, are we going to try to reduce the scope on that? What is your thinking right now?
I think, yeah, what we discussed yesterday was like what we currently have. It is pretty big, the scope. So yeah, I have been thinking about like how we can reduce and like make it more consumable. So Dominic, like, do you have any suggestions on uh what?
Yeah, so of course we will try to do, even if it's P3, like there are a few already closed
I saw
ones.
Mache was reviewing it and he added a few comments and I was addressing them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I will also add my comments. I will especially focus on those shared resource claims. That's
Mhm.
something that uh, yeah, I need to read and think about.
Yeah, if that is something that we can scope it out of alpha, I'd be happy to like make those changes on the cap.
Okay.
Yeah, I think based on Praveen's research, that's substantial both on the implementations, even more on the implementation side than the cap side, as far as the amount of changes. So, okay.
I think consumable capacity is ongoing, right? It's still.
On my board, unless this is an old, I think it merged. Let me see. No, there's another.
It's considered P2.
Okay. Yeah, we'd like to move that, advance that to beta. So I don't know which screen you're looking at, but yeah, that on the SIG, from the SIG scheduling point of view, like this is a new one, new alpha, resource claim support. And I don't know if you've looked at that one yet, but the scheduling, this is mostly about the life cycle. So I think the scheduling impact is relatively small for now.
Yeah, I definitely looked into it, and it makes perfect sense. And I think it is important to have it because it enriches the workload API a lot.
Right.
So as
Yeah,
long
it's
as
built on top of the pod group. So
yeah, so that's why I think it's worth to have.
On the P2s, yeah, just consumable capacity is still in progress. And the P3s, binding additions, native resources, list types. Yeah, okay. Looks like we've gotten through a lot, and this one's already done. This is a promotion.
Yeah, it's done. Status in done as well.
Okay, so if we go over this, rather than the board that has PRs and everything in it, so I think our P0 is this one, and we've already merged the CEP for this. So and most of the implementation, I think. So we're pretty close
Yes.
to that even being done for code freeze. This is, I don't know if Lionel's here, but I think we had one PR that I may have merged. So anyway, from a CEP perspective, I think we're in pretty good shape on all of these that are, other than the ones we already talked about. So unless there's any more questions or anybody wants to call anything out, we'll move on to the next topic. And that is just in Atlanta, we did a in-person design summit to bring together people from this working group, SIG scheduling and SIG auto scaling, around workload aware scheduling and how all these different new pieces fit together. And we found it valuable, so we're going to do it again in Amsterdam. So for folks that are in Amsterdam, this is the registration link for that. We will have, it'll be limited to some extent in the in-person audience. So, we will prioritize the SIG leads and SIG tech leads and regular contributors. But last time, pretty much everybody who wanted to come was able to come. So hopefully that'll happen again. And it'll be a little different this time. Last time was sort of all presentations plus Q&A. This time it will be, unfortunately, I can't start till 10:30 this time. I couldn't get a room until 10:30, but it'll be like a couple hours of presentation plus Q&A on like the KEPs that have been implemented, the KEPs that are in progress or planning. And then I think the thing that was missing last time was like breakouts, because people ended up just like hanging around afterwards for an hour or two. So I just decided to make that part of it now. So the sort of the afternoon is just going to be left open. We'll have space for people to break up into a few different groups and just do whatever you need to do to go through designs or whatever it may be. And so, yeah, that's it. I don't have any other agenda items. So for I'll open up the floor, and if nobody's got anything else, we can wrap it up and get back to reviewing KEPs. No hands. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. You have a great week, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Let's get these KEPs in.
Thank you.